You can tell a lot about a person by the way they react to when somebody dies. Charlie Kirk. Yesterday was truly a tragic day, an emotional day for many. I didn't really sleep last night. The close up video of Charlie getting shot was still in my brain. It is still currently in my brain. I can't seem to get it out of my brain. I don't think I will ever get it out of my brain, unfortunately. It was such a horrible video, and it is being seen by more than likely millions of people around the world. And you know, the thing that I really find uh, horrendous is the fact that Charlie's wife and family now has to know that the video of their, well, loved one is being seen, the death of him is being seen to by millions of people. And also deranged, sick, evil demons are celebrating and sharing it on many different social media platforms. I saw people that claimed to be Muslim that were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. There was I think his name is the Muslim Cowboy. The Muslim Cowboy over on X. Charlie wanted to end Islam. Something ended. It wasn't Islam. Oh, and by the way, he apparently deleted. He also says, "I hope he suffers," and then he doesn't make it, so he can suffer more forever. How depraved do you have to be? And by the way, this is the same guy that says a woman is a woman when they hit puberty. Making a certain age and number is arbitrary and makes no sense. So effectively, he is a PDF file. So this same deranged man who has since deleted his comments, and gee, I wonder why that is. And lots of people were actually liking his post, by the way. Not just that, but people were commenting and calling him out on it, rightfully so. It's just sick and disgusting. The apostate prophet was calling him out and saying, "Shut up, you PDF file." Like, how much of a demon? Obviously, you have to be like one of the worst demons on earth to celebrate the death of a good man. I mean, I was seeing countless people on, even some people that I know personally, that were sharing things on social media that was gut wrenching. How can you celebrate the death of someone that just wanted peace? Yes, you may have disagreed with his opinion, but that does not give you or anyone the right to wish him dead or celebrate his death. It gives no one the right. Just because you disagree with somebody, so what? Disagree with them. Don't get violent. The problem is, though, people on the left are incredibly violent. And the news that we've got today, I mean, the news that we've got today is that Charlie's killer had pro-trans stuff engraved on his ammunition. Shooter's ammunition engraved with pro-trans and anti-fascist messages. So they've released several images of a suspect they're wanting to get. They've traced the movements of the shooter since the roof, and then finding the gun and the trail that he took. But coincidental, the moment before Charlie was shot, he was talking to somebody about transgenderism and how it needs to stop, how it needs to end, but also how he's not for violence. His last words were for peace. Charlie didn't want to end the lives of people that claimed they're transgender. And I'll have you know, there is no such thing as a trans child. Men cannot be women. Men should not be in women's sports rooms or locker rooms, wherever. Men cannot get pregnant. Charlie died for stating facts, biological facts that these people took on as their identity. And then they got physically angry and violent. We have seen time and time again people that are part of this transgender death cult, that's exactly what it is, carry out heinous acts of violence. They've got demons inside of them. Is it any wonder you thinking that you're something you're actually not? And every single person that is celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, thinking that he's a hateful person, you too are demonic. You too are the problem. And you think by silencing Charlie Kirk, that is really going to solve your problem. You really think that silencing, killing Charlie Kirk is going to fix all of your delusional problems. Guess what? You've made him a martyr. And doing such a thing for someone like Charlie Kirk that was loved by millions. Yes, hated by probably thousands, but loved by millions. Loved by the President of the United States. He was loved by very powerful people. And these trans lunatics think that by taking Charlie Kirk's life, it's going to solve the problem. They think that by silencing someone like Charlie Kirk, it's going to spark fear and that no one else is going to want to go on college campuses and they're all going to stop speaking out about the transgenderism. No. You know something? Charlie inspired me a lot. In the moments that this show was demonetized, in the moments that YouTube tried to cancel me, I kept watching Charlie. And the thing is, this show blew up the very first time because I decided to open my mouth about transgenderism and how wrong it actually is. So no, I'm not scared. I don't care what these transgenderism nutbags think, these dingbats. They need help. And the truth is the only thing that can help set them free. And you know, the thing is, when the truth gets out there, it oftentimes hurts a lot. They cannot handle the truth. And so therefore they try and get rid of the truth. They try and silence the truth as much as they possibly can. And guess what? The truth still stands. The truth is still out there. Someone else is going to speak the truth. You are creating more people that want to speak the truth as a result. You are mobilizing the young people. You are showing the world exactly what the radical left is all about. You are turning people towards Christ, which is exactly what Charlie Kirk was about. He lived his faith. He was bold about it. To think that some people thought that he was hateful, he said some misogynistic, he said some hurtful things. He did not. And even if you think he did, it does not mean he deserved to die for it. I was seeing loads of people blame Israel. Ian Carroll, he said this yesterday. Yesterday was a turning point for Israel-US relations. Less than 24 hours after the internet already figured out who the most likely culprit was, he was their friend. He basically dedicated his life to them and they murdered him in front of his family. Israel just shot themselves. That's what he said today, actually. Ian Carroll, you've lost your mind. There is no evidence whatsoever that Israel was part of this. In fact, why did they find ammunition with pro-trans messaging on it? Wasn't Israel at all. Anyone that seems to want to try and blame Israel for literally everything, they're just as sick, they're just as demonic, and they need significant help. There were lots of people yesterday that I was seeing, they were speculating and they're just trying to blame Israel for literally everything, to say, oh, this is going to make us go to war. You know, they're trying to, you know, pivot us away from the real problem. 9/11's today. So therefore, you know, Charlie dying yesterday. No, it's a sickness. It's a cancer. It's derangement. And these people need significant help. And I even wonder, can you even help these people? Because they're rejecting the truth. It's right in front of them. But still, they create these theories. delusionment of grandeur, I think it is. How wild's that? Laura Luma goes, you have lost your mind, claiming Charlie Kirk was killed by Israel with no evidence whatsoever. And even, okay, I'll give him credit for this, even Dave Smith goes, what evidence is there that Israel did this? If even Dave Smith can see this, wow. And Dave Smith has been outspoken, about Israel. But you can't make claims and not have any evidence to back it up. And the confirmation accounts, multiple media sources have confirmed this, and this is actually initially from Stephen Crowder, the FBI, multiple media sources have all come away saying, guess what? The guy is more than likely trans. You got pro-trans messaging. It's sick. And as Charlie said, and as I reiterated at the very beginning of this video, you can tell a lot about a person by how they react to when someone dies. Very, very true. Every one of us at Turning Point USA is crushed and devastated by the hateful murder of our founder and guiding light, Charlie Kirk. All of us have lost a leader, a mentor, and a friend. Above all, our hearts are with Erica and their 2 children. Charlie was the ideal husband and the perfect father. Above all else, we ask you to pray for the Kirks after their incomprehensible loss they have suffered. More than anyone, Charlie believed in the power of argument and good faith debates to find the truth and guide people towards it. If not agreement, then at least mutual understanding. Charlie was no stranger to threats. He received thousands throughout his life, but he always prioritized reaching as many young Americans as he possibly could at his own personal safety risk. Now Charlie has become America's greatest martyr to the freedom of speech he so adored. In his 31 years, Charlie lived more than any of us will in 100. He had an overwhelming passion for life and a deep belief in his power as an individual to make a difference. With the spirit of a pioneer, Charlie launched Turning Point out of his parents' garage as an 18-year-old with no money, no name recognition, only a dream. His energy and drive were awe-inspiring, without equal and deeply infectious. Charlie refused to squander a single day of his life. He was a natural builder and problem solver who loved the challenge and saw every setback as a chance to learn, grow, pray, and try again. He was fundamentally decent, always eager to make new friends and allies and support and defend the ones he had already made. His values were timeless American ones: honesty, forthrightness, duty, loyalty, and fair play. Charlie loved America, its people, its constitution, its freedom, and limitless good of all them have done for the world. But above all, Charlie lived every day with an overflowing love for the Christ he knew, of the Christ he knew, and he would one day get to see. When asked, Charlie said that above all, he wished he'd be remembered for his faith. Far more than any political victory, Charlie wanted to see a spiritual revival among America's youth. He wanted a nation of happy, thriving families who loved God and each other. At his final public speech, just days before his murder, Charlie witnessed to Christ, to an audience of non-believers. Even in his very last moments, Charlie was professing the gospel. He ran his race well, all the way to the end. Now he goes to his heavenly reward. Although Charlie is gone, his legacy will endure. He shall not grow old. Age shall not weary him. For all time, he will remain the brave young man who inspired tens of millions of Americans to better themselves and take action to better America. All of us will miss Charlie. None of us will ever forget him. And there is a C.S. Lewis quote: My prayer is that all of hell rejoices when I'm taken out of the fight. All of hell is rejoicing at the moment because Charlie Kirk is no longer here, but all heaven is rejoicing as well. Sure, it's a tragic moment, but we've got it from here, Charlie. Thank you. Thank you for being the light. Thank you for showing me and many others in the world just what it means to be a bold, courageous Christian. Thank you.